What's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood DoolieRay, and today we are going to take a look at another alliance war that I had with my alliance Skrull Empire. This time around we are facing D69. I believe their name is D's Nuts. So, you know, we gotta beat them. Today I'm going to be taking Path 5 in this alliance war. That's the path I was switched over to. So, I'm ready to go. Gonna put on some boosts and get into it. Let's go. First thing first, I got a 5-star Awakened Science Champion. I'm assuming this is going to be SpiderMan, classic SpiderMan maybe? I don't know, he's defensive, he's got power gain, and he starts with 1 bar of power, so I don't know, when it's a Science Champion, no persistent charges, it's not MODOK. Who else could it be? It's gotta be a Spidey. That's what I think. It turns out, though, that it is actually Miles Morales, so it is a Spider-Man, just not the Spider-Man I was fully expecting, but I know how to do this fight. No pressure. Like, usually I'm a little bit nervous about wars, but this fight, I know I've gotten the bag. This is easy. Except for when you try to dexterity away and it doesn't. Okay, do you see that twice? It did. That might have been me. That totally might have been me, but for some reason, I was trying to dex away and it was just dropping my block and not responding, so that's pretty frustrating. Takes me down to 80% health. And that's gonna cost me some potions, which costs me resources, and every mistake that you make in Alliance War can be made equivalent to a certain number of $signs, and it's frustrating to make mistakes like that, just stupid little mistakes. So I went ahead and after this fight, took a break. I went and did some more fights outside of Alliance War, just to practice and see if that dexterity thing was some kind of a bug or something, or if I had actually messed up and I was doing something wrong. I never really found out. It was just in that fight that I had that issue, where I was trying to dexterity away and it was dropping the block. So, I'm not sure what was going on there, but next up we have a kinetic reactor, heal block, blockable special 1. It's a skill awakened 5-star, and I'm assuming that well, in my opinion, I think Agent Venom would be a pretty solid defender here. His special 1's a little tricky, but if you dodge the first part of his special, he's not that hard. But there's also power reserve on this node, and if it's not Agent Venom here, I can get into a special 1 stun lock with Spidey, and that's always awesome. But it turns out it is Agent Venom, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to build up some poise charges so that I can start hitting harder, and I do a shallow dexterity away. Yep, shallow evade, make another mistake, 75%, and the $signs are floating across the screen once again. Got a nice little intercept there. I'm starting to get backed into a corner, which is what happens kind of when you use Stark Spidey and you try and build up those poise charges. So I'm trying to keep myself from getting pushed too far back. The unfortunate thing is that his special 1 has so many hits, and he's got kinetic reactor, so anytime he's hitting into my block, he's still gaining power. So, I'm going to throw a special 2 here, I believe, and with that, it's all over. I mean, Spidey was never in any real danger, it's just the stupid mistakes that I make that make me feel stupid. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm showing you the Alliance Wars here, so you can make fun of me. Anyways, we got a 5-star Tech Awakened Champion on a Masochism node here. So there's Energy Resistance, Masochism, it's Pessimist, Enhanced Energy Attacks, yeah. So, I was thinking this might possibly be an Infinity Man, a 5-star Infinity Man. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but I assumed that it might, so I went ahead and I took in Void here into this fight. And turns out it's actually Punisher 2099, so no pressure for me. The only thing I gotta watch out for is his special attacks can't really be dodged, so just take the block damage, I guess. But I don't think there's Limber on this node, so I can stun him as much as I want. And yeah, it feels nice to do this Masochism node after that Domino fight last time. Which, if you guys didn't see that fight, it's probably better for you to not see it. But I practiced a whole lot with Void on Masochism, so I'm trying to get parries to activate Masochism so that I can get debuffs up, and the rotation is about to go into full effect. Let's get some more debuffs on him. I mean, first things first, we got a Petrify debuff on him, and that's the one that shuts down his regen a little bit, so he's already starting to heal less, which is great for me. And unfortunately, I take a special 1 to the face, but Void has so much damage. Or not damage, but he has so much health. He's a tank. I can take it, not worry about it. So I'm still building up some debuffs. And throw a special 1. I mean, Punisher's health is just dropping slowly but surely. Oh, Void. Void, Void, Void. I don't even have to get Fear of the Void up and other Petrify debuffs because he's dead before I can even start reversing his regen. So, there we go. Fight's over. I don't know how many hits that was. How many hits was that? It was like, 43. That's not bad. Wow, that is not bad at all. Rank 5 Void, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I really wanted to use him. Not like the Domino fight. So anyways, that is what I did in my first go-through here. Up next, though, I do have to take on a mini-boss, and it's gonna be sketchy, to say the least. So let's go ahead and get into that. So the node that I have coming up here is a Morningstar mini-boss. Ooh, and this is scary. She's on an all-or-nothing strike back. What other? I'll take a look at the nodes in a second here, but what I was paying attention to was the all-or-nothing and the strike back nodes. And I brought in Nebula for this fight. I figured she might be able to do it. I've done a lot of questing, or alliance questing, with Nebula, where we have to fight against, what is it? Morningstar as a mini-boss, and I've taken her down with Nebula before, so I know it can be done. I just gotta watch out for strike back. Plagued Mind is also something I have to watch out for. And yeah, the all-or-nothing is what's gonna make this difficult. So I'm gonna put on some heavy boosts because, oh, let's add some stress to this fight, shall we? We already know that I'm not that great when it comes to Alliance War fights, right? Well, this war is extremely close at the moment, and it's coming down to the wire. So I cannot die on this fight, and I know that. I know that I need to solo this mini-boss. It'll give us a nice bonus, and it could potentially be one of the factors that go into winning this war for the Alliance. So let's go ahead. We got the big boy boosts. I put an indestructible boost on in case I have to tank a few special 3s. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Whew. I gotta say, I had adrenaline pumping. I don't know that I was nervous for this fight exactly, because I've done this fight against Morningstar a bajillion times. I just have to watch out for Mystic Dispersion. That's kind of new when it comes to fighting Morningstar with Nebula. And yeah, my hands, towards the end of this fight, well, you'll see. So I get into this, right? I'm gonna build up some charges. So I've got a plan in mind, and you'll see. I accidentally activate the shock there. Whew, taking block damage, but I gotta build up these shock charges. So I'm sitting back, I'm letting her hit into my block. I'm not gonna worry about the chip damage here. And oh, I forgot about Plagued Mind for a second, so that was a good reminder there. My power is gonna be drained like every 20 seconds, so I have to keep that in mind. It's actually helpful for Nebula though, because if I got pushed to a special 3, that wouldn't do me a whole lot of good. But since I'm able to get my power drained, then I can keep myself at a special 1, and look at that. Oh, I power drain her, I power lock her, and yeah, I'm just gonna wail into her a little bit. This is going pretty well. I have a huge grin on my face at the moment. Well, I had a huge grin on my face, and it's because this fight was seeming really, really easy. So Plagued Mind is gonna drain my power again, which is fine. I don't even have to worry about Morningstar throwing specials. Like, I don't have to worry about baiting specials at all because she's just not gonna throw them. And unfortunately, I did make a mistake here. This was not a perfectly clean match that I had. I do get hit by a heavy attack, but my indestructible charges saved me from taking any damage from that. Power locker again. Gonna hit into her a bit while she's power locked. I got her down to the last 20%. I've still got 50% of my life, so this should go easy, right? Right. Get hit again with another heavy attack, and I accidentally parry her, so I have to throw my special 1. Thankfully, Plagued Mind was not too close to activating at the moment, but she's already at a special 2 now. I don't have an indestructible charge, or any indestructible stuff left, so I can't take a special 3. Oh, she's got 5% health left. What am I gonna do? Not panic. That's step one. And if you'll notice, I've been doing a really good job of not dexterity. Not giving her any Mystic Dispersion charge power. And, oh, my power's drained. Oh, no. I noticed it, though. I parried her, put the shock charges on. I went in, and oh, my gosh. Literally, towards the end of the fight, my hands were shaking. I could barely touch the screen. Oh, it was a good time. It was a time for celebration. Everybody was happy. Everybody said my name, cheered, and put me on their shoulders. And none of that actually happened, but in my dreams that following night, they did. They did. Anyways, I'm very proud of that fight. I made a lot of mistakes. I can't say that it was perfect or even that great by any means, but I did it. I finally did it. I did something right. I didn't die. It feels really good. So upcoming here, it's a bleed node. We're thinking it's going to be a void. I actually don't take this fight. We have somebody else take it since my Nebula is low health, and there are better options probably for this node. So once that node is down, I get to take on our final mini boss in this map, and I've still got a solo. That's not over. We still need to do really well. It's still a super close war, and we need every single attack bonus we can get. So I'm going to heal up Stark Spidey here as close to max as I can. And I'm really not worried about this node. I've done this fight a million times. It's just the pressure of, you know, if you die, you're messing up big time. But I can't let that go to my head. I've got to stay focused. I got to do this fight. So we're going to go ahead, go into Cable, and build up some poise charges, huh? Start things off like normal. I've done this a million times. Heavy attack leaves an opening for me to go ahead and attack into him. Parry him there. There is a limber node on this node, so... And Stark Spidey helps me with this special one, and unfortunately, when I go back in, Cable parries me. So I feel stupid for that. Thankful that I healed myself up a little bit to give myself that extra boost. I'm not going to let myself get frustrated, not going to let it go to my head. It was a stupid mistake. Get into this. He's got some power flood, so I want to heavy attack him, but unfortunately, gosh, he gets me there. Spidey saved my life. What can I say? Stark Spidey's amazing. And yeah, the fight is pretty much over. I'm going to play it careful, though. And parry him there. It's all over. All over. Feels good. It feels good to do good. Okay. So that was a mini boss solo there. Next up, there's a final boss, a Domino. And I kind of wanted revenge, but I was not the one to take this fight. There are better options, better people to fight her out there. And yeah, so I didn't do the next fight, but oh, I was feeling pretty solid about what I did this war. And so yeah, that's the end of the war for me. It turns out that we ended up winning this war. We scraped it out, just barely. It was a close war. A good war to you if anybody from D's Nuts is watching. Suck on D's Nuts. And also, good war, guys. It was a joke, and also, you know, some smacky talky. Guys, no, it's all in good fun. That was a good war. That was, you gave a good fight, and I enjoyed it. And it feels good to do good. So thank you so much, everybody watching this video. I'm happy. I'm a happy person. Good luck with all your wars, and until I see you next, may the RNG be with you. Peace out.